Hi everyone, John Cottrell here of MBODY Yoga, and this is Power Hour. This is a 60-minute power vinyasa yoga practice. Welcome, so glad that you're here. So we're going to be doing something that I really like doing. You know, I like to be creative with my classes, and so we're calling this Get Sideways. Get Sideways. There's a lot of postures that really kind of open up the full body, where your arms are extended, the heart is open, we have a nice hip opening. So that's what we're going to be focusing on today. Just getting sideways in some postures that really kind of open up the body. It's another way of kind of looking at yourself and maybe looking at the world around you, just having a different perspective on things. It's just sometimes we have to just not always looking forward with our blinders on, but actually broadening that perspective and even turning sideways sometimes. Alrighty, for our props today, you may need, I'm going to actually recommend a couple of yoga blocks, something that's stackable. Okay, something solid like a couple of books or yoga blocks if you happen to have them. And then also a yoga strap, okay, or something that might resemble a yoga strap. It could be a jump rope or a belt or something, because some of the work we're going to be doing is actually leg extensions, so some hamstring stretches. So this is going to be a nice tool to help with some of those postures. So go ahead and grab one of those if you'd like. And that's really it. Maybe some bottled water if you'd like. Always feel free to take a little break while we're practicing if you need to. Modify any poses that I don't modify for you, and we'll have a good experience together. All right, let's go ahead and start in mountain pose. So I invite you to stand near the top of your mat with your feet about hip distance apart, toes forward. You might even just roll your shoulders a couple of times, roll them backward, roll them forward. Just kind of loosen up a little bit. And then just find your way to stillness. And once you're there, start taking some deep breaths. You might breathe in deeply through your nose and exhale completely through your nose or through your mouth. Do that one more time. A nice full breath in and exhale. You can do that as many times as you'd like, just as long as you feel yourself just settling in, arriving in this moment. A very good way just to be more present and connected as you prepare for your practice today. Still very aware of your breathing, just slow, steady breaths in and out. Very nice. Good. And as you're aware of your breath, you might want to take a nice full breath in, feeling it rise to fill up your lungs. Very expansive up top. Then as you exhale, draw your navel inward toward your spine. So this is the abdominal lock where we engage here. Just a nice strong connection to your center. Again, a nice full breath in. Feel tall, lengthening in the spine. Lungs expanding with that inhale. And then your exhale, drawing navel in. Feel that light contraction of your abdominal muscles. Nice connection. And do that a few more times. Actually take about 3 more breaths. And using these energized breaths to prepare your body to move. And when you're ready, inhale and extend your arms out and up into the air. We'll exhale to fold, so a good hinge from your hips. Bend your knees as much as you need to. And just make your way down toward your toes, maybe touching your toes or the ground. Inhale, slide your hands up to your shins, your knees, maybe even your thighs to extend your spine nice and long. Exhale, let's refold, coming back down. Let's pause for a few breaths in this deep forward fold, feeling the length in the legs, a little stretch down through the hamstrings, and even in this roundedness in the back, this curvature in the spine, a nice release all the way down. Feel that in the low back, down through the mid-back, right into upper back, into shoulders, and even your head and neck. You might want to move them around a little bit. Starting to stand. Let's start by shifting the weight back into the heels. Bend your knees, feel like you're going to sit down. Look forward. Then inhale, sweep your arms out, then up, standing up nice and tall. Reach into the air. And exhale, bring your arms down by your side. Just pause here for a moment. Take a breath in and out. Good. That's our half salute to the sun. Let's go ahead and do that once again. Same sequence. Whenever you're ready, inhale, let's extend the arms out and up, extended mountain pose. Exhale, leading with your heart, let's fold forward, softening in the knees, make your way down, maybe touching the ground. Inhale, slide your hands up the legs, and just rise up just halfway to half forward fold. Exhale, back down we go. Just a brief pause right here. Once again, the natural sensation of rounded spine and lengthened hamstrings. Start shifting your weight back into your heels, bend your knees. Feel like you're gonna sit down, look forward, spread your wings, then stand up all the way. Reach up into the air, another nice big stretch. Exhale, arms back down by your side. Let's pause here, take a moment in stillness. Nice deep breath in and out. So a nice introduction of movement with breath to the body. All right, let's continue with our Sun Salutation, Series A. Here we go. Inhale, reach into the sky. Exhale, leading with your heart, fold forward with soft knees. Making your way down. Inhale, let's rise up halfway. Then exhale, folding, bending all the way down until you can place your hands on your mat. And then walk or step both of your feet back into plank pose. A nice strong straight line. Let's pause here for a moment. Feel very strong here. It's a great upper body strength position. We're going to breathe in. Exhale, bend your knees slightly, then send your hips up into the air. Our shortcut to downward facing dog. I usually have to take a couple steps forward just so I feel very comfortable in the pose. I don't feel like I'm going to slip and slide with my hands or feet. Keeping a slight bend in the knees will continue to provide some mobility in your hips because you want to be able to lift your hips up towards the sky. Meanwhile, your hands are pressing firmly down into the ground, so moving in these opposite directions. A couple more breaths here. You might even spread out your fingers, press firmly into the ground with your palms. Take a nice full breath in. Exhale, walk, step, or hop both feet up to the top of the mat to forward fold. Inhale to lengthen your spine halfway up. Exhale, fold. Weight shift into your heels, bend your knees. Let's inhale, reverse the swan dive, come all the way up. We're going to keep this in motion. Reach high, but then on your exhale, take chair pose. So sitting back and down into your imaginary seat. Once here, we'll breathe in, a little bit more extension out through the arms. And exhale, diving out of your seat, back down towards your toes, forward fold. Inhale, rising up halfway, lengthen spine. Exhale, bent knees, hands to the floor, walk, step, or hop both feet back into plank pose. Another pause here, just so you can feel the dynamics and strength in the body. We'll breathe in, and the exhale, bending elbows to lower your way down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, press away from the ground, lifting the chest, looking forward, heart forward. Nice long legs behind you. This is upward facing dog. On your exhale, tuck your toes, lifting knees and hips up into the air. Go ahead and make those adjustments with your toes and your hands. Soft knees, hips high. Rooted into the ground are your hands. Let's inhale to extend right leg up behind you. Reach really long. Feel that good stretch. Exhale, let's guide right foot up near the right hand, landing there. We'll turn left heel to the floor. You actually turn the whole leg, pivot the foot, plant it into the ground. Extending your torso over thigh. We'll inhale, rise up, reach up into the air for first warrior. Exhale, we'll fold again, bring the hands back down to the ground. We'll go ahead and step back, plank pose, bend elbows, squeeze them in towards your ribs as you lower your way down. Inhale, upward facing dog. You can even do cobra right there if you'd like. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Then inhale, extend left leg up into the air. Really get that dynamic of reaching. Reach through your toes. Exhale, guide left foot to the top of the mat. Take your time with that if you need to. Right heel plants into the floor. Find that good balance. Extended body over the thigh. Inhale, rise up. Reach up into the air, first warrior. Exhale to fold. Hinge, hands back down to the ground. Let's step back, plank pose. Come on down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. It's a nice back bend, long legs, pointed toes behind you. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause for a couple breaths here. And then we'll make our way down to the ground. You can just kneel down to take a seat or hop forward, cross your legs, take a seat, sit in the center of your mat, and then go ahead and roll down onto your back. We're going to lie down with the knees bent. Feet plugged into the ground. Take a few moments here just to settle into the ground. Some deep breaths would feel really nice right here. Very nice. And we're going to be moving into bridge pose, our heart opener, back bend. Let's start with a nice full breath in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, empty your belly. Even feel your low back press into the floor. Once you have that connection, then lift your hips up into the air. If you'd like and are able, you can bring your arms and shoulders a bit underneath you, just to provide a little bit more opening and expansion in the chest. I like to keep my arms bent so I can press the elbows down into the floor. You can do the same if you want. Just help stabilize the body, but also feel like I can actually lift a little higher than hold. This is a pretty dynamic pose. Lots of things engaged here. You can feel this in the thighs, hamstrings, and glutes. Hips are lifting, so you get a nice kind of hip flexor release right here and stretch. Low belly opens, front body, and heart. So it's an opening of the front body, even though it's not a sideways pose. All right, one more breath in and out, and we'll start to move out of the position. You can start by wiggling your toes forward a little bit, extend your arms up into the air, and then roll your way down, gently and slowly. Once you've landed, let's bring knees towards chest, a little hug, even some little circles here if you'd like. We're gonna start to rock forward and back, generate some good breath, nice energy in the body. With an exhale, rock your way up to seated so you can come to boat pose right here. So with legs lifted, you can even keep them bent as I usually do. Flex your feet here to keep the legs strong and active. Hold on to the knees here. Can you see how I'm kind of slumped? I'm really kind of relaxed in this pose at the moment, but I want to hold on to the backs of the knees and actually lift myself up. That's it. A little bit more engaging, even tip chin up slightly so the neck is in the same alignment as the spine. Let's take a few more breaths. We're still breathing in to fill up the lungs. Exhale to engage, core center. Let's get ready to move. Let's breathe in. Exhale, cross legs, hands in front. Hopper step back, plank pose. Let's hold here. Okay, here comes one of our first sideways positions. First, you're going to bring your right knee to the ground, and when you bring it down, be sure it's directly underneath your hip. So it's a straight line up and down. Tap the right foot, but then swing the right foot off to the right side. It might even swing right off of your mat. Lean towards the right, so you can start to open up sideways right here. So the left hand reaching up into the air, heart and chest facing towards the left side of the room. Even push the pelvis slightly forward. Now the left leg, it's straight. You can just keep it resting, your foot just resting on the ground, but flex the foot just to keep the leg quite active. This is a modified side plank pose, just using the knee on the floor for a little extra stability. Okay, let's breathe in, and our exhale to return this left hand to the ground. Bring left knee to the ground, and then bring that right foot back in. I call it a kickstand. While we're here, let's do cat and cow. So inhale, look forward, a little arch in the back. Exhale, round it all out. And do that 2 or 3 more times. Inhale to cow. That's the arched back bend feeling. Exhale into cat, that rounded back feeling, pulling belly button up towards spine. Just getting some mobility through the spine, even your pelvis. And be one more, and then we'll pause in our tabletop, and we'll do side plank on the other side. So from our tabletop, let's just tap the left foot, swing it off to the left side. This is our kickstand, just some stability. Lean over to left side so you can extend the right leg back. Stay on your toes back there, then open up towards the right side of the room, right hand reaching into the air. Again, the right foot can be flexed and just keep it resting on the ground, but it keeps the legs strong. Nice opening. So I'm reaching up and even slightly back behind you, but heart is open, pelvis is pushing forward. Imagine if you were wearing a belt, you're pushing your belt buckle forward slightly. So a nice opening of the whole front side of your body in this sideways position. Let's breathe in, and the exhale to return to the earth with the right hand and right knee. Bring left foot back in. 2 or 3 more breaths, cat and cow. Just this nice undulation of spine. I'm going to do 3 right here. And then after the 3rd breath, just pause for a moment and then set yourself up for down dog. I like to step the hands forward a little bit with fingers wide, really spread out, tuck toes, and then lift knees and hips. There we are, downward facing dog. Let's continue with our lunge sequence. Go ahead and inhale, extend right leg up, reaching back. Let's open this up, bend the knee, bring the heel down towards backside, lifting the knee towards the ceiling as you get a bit of a twist and hip opener. Inhale. Exhale, unwind it, step through. Right foot to the top of the mat. Left heel planted to the floor. Be sure to shift your weight back so you feel planted and balanced here. Torso extended out over right thigh. Inhale, rise up, warrior 1. And our exhale here to warrior 2. Alrighty, so this is really another sideways pose. We do this all the time, but we're really opened up sideways. So let's just take advantage of this. Maybe wiggling the right foot forward just a little bit, and then the left foot back a little bit, and maybe lunging a little deeper so we can get into the inner thighs here. Nice and tall through the torso, extended out through the arms. Right here, hold. A couple of breaths. Just like the side plank pose that we just did, heart is open, feel like it's moving forward. Belt buckle, same thing, moving forward. Let's take this to side angle, reaching out over the right leg, right hand down, left hand up. Another sideways pose. Really just an extension of warrior 2. A little bit more sensation, at least for me, in the right inner thigh, because I have this right arm braced against the inner thigh, and give it a little nudge. And same thing, still feeling the belt buckle push forward, and I really get this nice release and opening. Okay, let's breathe in. Exhale, we'll turn, bring the hands back down to the floor, just step back into plank pose. We'll hold here. And then a shortcut to down dog. Bend knees, hips into the sky. Let's do that same sequence on the other side. When you're ready, inhale, extend your left leg up into the air. First, it's a straight line. Then bend your knee, bring heel down towards backside, lifting the knee up. Nice hip opener. Inhale. Then your exhale to unwind it, step through. Left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel turns right into the ground, find that balance, extending torso over this front leg, then your inhale, rising up, reaching up, warrior 1, and our exhale, opening up sideways to warrior 2, facing the right side of the room. Again, I like to take the feet just a little bit wider, lunge a bit deeper, do whatever feels right for you for this nice hip opener and sideways position. Extended arms, reaching dynamically through your fingertips. Belt buckle pushing forward, heart opening. Let's go ahead and take our side angle. So we reach forward to angle the upper half of the body. Rotate your arms. Now you can go much further or closer to the ground if you'd like. So your left hand could potentially touch the ground or some stacked blocks. This feels just right for me. This is where I typically go for this pose. Again, bracing the left arm against the inner left thigh, giving it a nudge. As I'm pushing gently, actually towards the left side of the room, I'm pushing my belt buckle towards the right side of the room. Let's breathe in. Exhale, we'll turn. Hands back down to the floor. Go ahead and step back into plank pose. Make sure you really feel this nice extension through the body. Inhale. Then exhale, bend elbows, come on down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Hold for a moment. All right, we're going to take another seat here. We need to do a little hamstring stretching. So you can kneel down to take your seat or hop forward, cross legs to take your seat. Okay, and then extend your legs. Make sure you've got some room out front there. Nice straight legs if you can. Flex your feet. We're going to take a forward fold. Now you can do this without a strap, but if you happen to have one, go ahead and grab it, okay? I'm going to use a strap today. So I'm going to go ahead and take the strap, wrap it around the soles of the feet, right there, holding on. Now I like to have my hands and arms at a place where my arms are just about 90 degrees, elbows are kind of right at the sides of the body. And then I can just pull on the strap, and that's going to give me that energy for the extension of spine, so I really have that nice right angle, okay, in the body. Holding here, even here is pretty dynamic. The body is pretty much alive and active. You might even start to feel that hamstring stretch, but if you want to go a little further, I'm just gonna kind of roll my hands around my strap here. Inhale, grow even taller. I want to feel like the torso is lifting up out of the pelvis. Exhale, pull belly in, but also a little tug of the strap to send heart forward. Even just a little bit, at least for me, I'm already feeling this. Maybe my hamstrings are a little tight, and so even just a minimal movement feels just right. Now feel free to go a little further. Some things you can do is bending the knees if you need to or want to, going a little further, even letting the back round, that's perfectly fine. We're just getting this nice hamstring stretch. Let's do a couple things while we're here, because we have a whole standing sequence that we're going to be doing, so we're just going to do a little work here on the floor first. Okay, let's go ahead and rise back up, nice and tall. Relax for a moment. Okay, just go ahead and drop the strap for a minute, even kind of shake things out. Alrighty. Now we're going to do kind of this modified boat pose, alrighty? So let's just wrap the strap around the right foot. Okay, wrap the strap around the right foot. Hold on to it with your right hand. Start to lean back, bend left knee, keep the heel on the ground. Now the left hand can kind of come behind you like this as a way to keep spine extended, but kind of leaning back at this angle, okay? Now all we're going to do is lift this right leg right there. And you can probably see, or if you're looking, my leg is right aligned with my left leg. My knees are aligned right here. I just happen to have a straight right leg. This back hand is just keeping me up. Nice stretch. That's all it is. Just a little bit more dynamic, or just a different sensation than just a simple forward fold. Okay, let's go ahead and bend the knee. I'm just going to release the strap, place it underneath the left foot, switch hands of course, and then extend right leg. Right hand behind. Nice extended spine, slightly leaning back. Oops, I'm bending the right knee, extend left leg. There we go. And then lift the left leg. Now I can tell that my knee isn't exactly aligned with my right knee because my left hamstring isn't that stretchy. So the extension is just going to feel a little different, unless I lean back a little bit more, which I certainly can do just by using my right hand to help prop myself up. But the sensation really doesn't change because I just haven't changed. See, the angle of this still stays the same. Alrighty, 2 more breaths. All right, let's go ahead and bend the knee, release. All right. Let's keep the strap handy, but just place it on the floor next to you. Let's go ahead and take a regular boat pose and continue our flow. Inhale here. Exhale, cross legs, hands in front. Hop or step back, plank pose, just a nice extension of spine. Feel free to keep continue the full sequence or just take a shortcut to down dog, which I just did. Take a nice full breath in. Exhale, walk, step, or hop both feet up to the top of the mat. Inhale to extend spine. And your fold. We'll hold here for a couple of seconds just to feel that nice release in the low back. And then shifting weight into the heels, bend your knees. Look forward to extend spine. Inhale. Let's reverse the swan dive, coming back up to standing. Reach into the air. Exhale, arms down by your side. Alrighty. Now, as I mentioned, we're going to have a standing sequence. So let's get into a standing sequence. We'll start with tree pose, okay? So as you start in mountain pose, we start shifting weight into right foot. I'm just going to try to mirror you here. Right foot pressing into the floor, nice and tall, lengthen spine. Inhale. Exhale, engage belly so you feel pretty secure. Then float the left knee or foot up, flexing the foot to keep the leg strong. Swing the knee out to the side, placing foot on the inside of the standing leg. Nice hip opener, feel the belt buckle push forward. Inhale, take arms up into the air. Exhale, hold. Keep breathing in and out, finding something to focus on out in front of you. So we're going to do several balancing poses, but let's do our tree poses on both sides first. Okay, let's keep the arms extended. We'll swing the left knee forward, lifting knee with the flexed foot, plant the foot into the ground, and then you can float your arms back down by your side. Give them a little shake if you like. Okay, other side. Start shifting weight into left foot. Make sure it's rooted strongly into the ground. Your inhale to feel very tall, lengthening through the spine, fill up your lungs. Exhale, engage belly. Then floating right foot up. Maybe thighs parallel to the floor here, nice flexed foot. Swing the knee out. Be sure everything is square and facing forward. Placing foot on the inside of your standing leg. And then your inhale, reaching up into the air. Big reach. Find the ceiling. Exhale, connect to center body. Finding something that's not moving out in front of you to focus on. It might be directly forward, right in your eye line, or you can even just dart your eyes down at the ground. That can help a lot too. Breathe in and exhale. Let's keep arms extended. We'll swing the right knee forward. Lift your knee with the flexed foot, yes, and bring the foot back down, and then your arms, finishing that flow. All right, so that was our tree pose. Now let's get into a little bit more balance. We're going to use the strap for this one, okay? Something's kind of familiar or similar to what we just did on the floor. We're just going to do it with some balance. So let's go ahead and place the strap underneath the left foot right here. Okay, now I'm not mirroring you because I'm going to get my left and right confused. So it's underneath my left foot. So go ahead and do the same thing. Strap underneath your left foot. Nice and tall. Just stand regularly in mountain pose. Start shifting weight into your right foot, your free foot, root down. And then like a marionette puppet, we're just going to lift the left foot like this. Okay? If you need to adjust your hands on your strap, that's fine, which I'm doing here, so I can get a good hold. Place your right hand on your hip. Okay? And then just swing. Actually, we're going to extend your leg forward. Now, you probably can't see me. I'm going to turn sideways so you can kind of see this. So my leg isn't all the way parallel to the floor. It doesn't need to be unless you're able to do so. But if you are bringing it up higher, just be aware if you're leaning back. We're going to try to stay nice and tall if you happen to bring that leg up to parallel. But down low is fine, right there. Here's the next part. I'm just going to turn to face you. Okay, so that leg is extended. We're going to take that leg off to the left side. Right hand off to the right side. So this is our next sideways pose. We're using the strap to hold on to the foot, which you're welcome to do anytime, okay? Because we're going to be doing this in our sequence, but maybe without the strap, but you can always grab the strap if you need to. You can always do a variation. Okay, we're going to bring that leg forward. Actually, I'm going to lie here. Bend the knee. Bring the heel or foot to the inside of the standing leg. I still got a hold of the strap. And just take this right hand up into the air for tree pose. Okay? So just a modified tree. Just have one arm in the air since you're holding onto the strap with the other. And then swing the left knee forward. Plant the foot. Bring your arms back down. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and just kind of walk the feet out because that's a lot of balancing on that one foot. So basically we're just taking the leg directly forward, out to the side and opening the body. Okay, then we turn that into a tree pose. Okay, let's get ready for the other side. So we're placing the strap underneath right foot. Stand tall, mountain pose. Start shifting weight into left foot. Press down. Nice and tall. Floating right foot up. There we are. Extending right foot forward. I should place left hand on hip. Extending right foot forward. If you can tell, my leg is not all the way up to parallel. Doesn't have to be. Just push through your heel, even if it's pointing towards the floor there. As this left hand is on hip, push the pelvis down. Feel nice and tall up top. Then we start to swing the leg out to the side. Again, it can be down low. That's okay if it's low. And for a little counterbalance, extend this left arm out to the left side. Or you might be able to get it up nice and high. Okay, just be aware if you're leaning that direction. If you're lifting the leg, see if you can keep the torso nice and straight. Now you can do this with a bent knee, okay? Especially if we're not going to be using the strap, because we're going to be grabbing the big toe the next time we do this. But you can always do this by holding on to the knee. Now go ahead and bend the knee, bring foot to the inner leg, left hand up into the air for our modified tree pose. Keep the arm extended. We'll swing the right knee forward and set the foot down onto the ground, arm down by your side. All right. Okay, we're finished with the strap. We're going to do it one more time now without the strap. Okay? Same balancing, but this time Let me just show you quickly, just watch. Since we're not using the strap, we're gonna bring a foot up, catch the shin, take it out to the side, and that can be your pose, like this. Or if you're able, bend knee, reach down, grab big toe, extend leg, and then out to the side. That's what we're shooting for, okay? But if you can't get that leg extension with your fingers looped around the big toe, use the variation. All right, mountain pose. Let's do the same thing. Shifting weight into a right foot, root down. Nice and tall. Let's lift that left leg. Either catch the shin right here, and you just do a minor kick forward since you're holding onto the leg, or reach down, grab big toe. Now I have to round my spine to go get the big toe. So once I get it, I want to get nice and tall, right hand on hip, even roll shoulders back. It's okay if the leg is kind of out to the side like that. Nice and tall. As you're ready, extend. If it doesn't extend all the way, don't worry about it. Maybe if you can, get it all the way forward and then out to the side. Counterbalance with the right hand out to the side. And you can see my left leg is not completely straight here. If you can get it straight, there we go. Tree pose, releasing, bring foot to inner thigh or inner leg, down by your calf is fine, then reach both arms up into the air. Keep arms extended, swing knee forward, planted, arms back down by your side. Walk it out. Again, a lot of work for that standing leg, right? Okay, so that's part of our sequence. So let's do the other side and then we'll get into our flow. Mountain pose. Shifting weight into left foot, root. Nice and tall up top as you inhale. Core connected. Float right foot up. Catch shin. Or reach down, grab big toe. Nice and tall here. Left hand on left hip. Roll shoulders back. Want to feel nice and tall and proud. This could really be the end of the pose. Okay, you can maybe start to extend or fully extend forward, even if there's a slight bend in the knee. Find something to focus on out in front of you. Take right leg out to right side, left hand to left side. There's our sideways pose. Excellent. Tree, release, bring foot to the inner leg, arms up into the air. There we are. And keep arms extended. We'll swing knee forward, plant the foot down, arms down by your side. Shake it out, walk it out. Alrighty. Okay, we have a few more things we got to add on to this sequence. So let's get moving. Grab your blocks. Let's get this set up. So a couple of blocks. Let's just say if you've got two blocks, kind of one on either side of you at the top of the mat. That should be fine. Okay. Follow me. Let's start a mountain pose. Inhale, extend both arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, monkey pose. Exhale, hands to the floor. Walk, step, or hop both feet back. Plank, come down. Chaturanga, right between your blocks. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, extend right leg up, straight line. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat. Let's go to a high lunge here. Shifting the weight back, find that balance, then rise. Right there. Reach high, lunge low. All right, we're gonna rise up to straighten both legs as best as you can. Pivot left heel to the floor, turning sideways, arms down to parallel, like so. A sideways pose, but it's a prep for triangle. Let's go ahead and take triangle. Reach way out over the right leg, angled upper body, rotate. So next sideways pose, triangle pose. Good. A few more breaths here. And what we'll do from here is actually slide into side angle, which means we're just going to bend the right knee and then just kind of slide down a little bit. Breathe in. Exhale, turn towards the floor. Reach out for those blocks, or if you need to kind of bring them in, that's fine. Hands on the blocks. Rise up onto tiptoes behind you so you can actually bend the left knee. You're giving yourself a little bit of a launch to push and then rise to balance on this right foot like this. Now we're mainly going to be using this right block. Place it in a good spot so you can keep right hand on that block. Let's pay attention to this left leg in the air. Flex your left foot,
start to lift the leg up towards the ceiling. As it's doing so, start to turn sideways, opening up. There we are. Half moon is a sideways pose. Keep this left foot flexed, leg lifting. Same thing, heart is moving forward, belt buckle moving forward. Take a breath in. Exhale, let's return to the earth. Both hands on the blocks there. Let's bend the left knee, bring it in towards chest or chin, rounding the spine. Plant the foot into the floor. Forward fold. Inhale to extend spine, we're continuing. Exhale, hands on the mat, step back, plank pose, come down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Other side, inhale, extend left leg up. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat, high lunge, all 10 toes pointing forward. Find that balance, then rise. Right there. Let's hold here for the lunge. A little bit of balancing work right here. And then lift yourself up to straighten both legs as best as you can. Pivot right heel to the floor, turning sideways. Arms come down to parallel, prepped for triangle. Reach out over left leg, angled upper body. You're going to feel your right hip move towards the back of the room there. Then rotate. All right, this really effectively targets the hips and perhaps this left hamstring area. A couple breaths here. To come out of the pose, you're going to bend this left knee just to kind of slide into a side angle. Breathe in, here we go. Exhale, turn towards your blocks. Reach out. You can even bring the blocks in a little closer onto the mat there. Rise up onto tiptoes behind you. So you're in this lunge, but everything's nicely aligned here. And then we'll be able to bend that right knee enough to launch ourselves forward to balance on the left foot while the right leg kicks up into the air. Repositioning the blocks a little bit. We're putting more energy into that left side of your hand, left hand on the block. Flex right foot and lift the leg up towards ceiling as you now open up sideways for your half moon or sideways pose. Keep that right foot flexed, leg lifting, opening up as best as you can. It's perfectly fine if the body doesn't completely open up to the right side of the room. Even if it does, your focus can be down at the floor. Breathe in. Exhale, let's return to those blocks. Square out the hips, bend your right knee, bring it in towards chest, rounding the spine, and then plant the foot into the earth. Forward fold, just soften all the way down. Monkey pose. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back, plank pose. Hold plank. All right, now we did side plank with a variation. Here's the next variation. Shifting over to right hand, opening up to the left side of the room, left hand up into the air. So what's happening here, the legs are straight. You can place right knee on the floor if you want. Feet are flexed. Feet and legs can be stacked. You can even stagger them if you want to. Left hand and left hip lifting up into the air. Our sideways pose, side plank. Breathe in, exhale, turn, plank pose. Pause, other side. Now I'm going to show you a way how we're going to get into that pose in a moment. Okay, so same thing. Legs are straight or place left knee on the floor. To keep the legs straight and strong, flex your feet. Just like we did in that half moon. Right hip lifting. Very strong posture. Breathe in. Exhale, return to plank pose. Hold. Let's bring knees to the floor. Sit back into hero. Ooh, that feels good. Just get the pressure off the hands. Alrighty. All right, you can just continue relaxing. Let me show you how we'll get into that side plank pose, okay? So we'll be in side angle. So I'm just doing side angle on my left leg here. So we'll be here. Side angle, left foot's forward. Just watch. Breathe in. I'm going to exhale, bring this right hand down to the floor. I need to spin my toes. So I'm just going to come up onto tiptoes, but spin them so the toes are now facing the left side of the room. This is going to force my pelvis to turn. I'm going to step this left foot back, stack it on top of the other, opening. And that's how we'll get into side plank. Okay? and then to plank pose. Alrighty. Let's try that. Let's come to downward facing dog. Just make your way to down dog. When you're there, inhale, extend right leg up. Bend and twist. Nice opening there. Exhale to unwind, step through. Right foot to the top of the mat. Left heel to the floor, balanced. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, opening, warrior two. Side angle, reach forward, rotate the arms. Right hand down, left hand up. Okay, side plank is going to be left side plank. Inhale. Exhale, turn to bring this left hand down to the mat, right there. Come up onto your tiptoes behind you, but keep spinning those toes so they're pointing to the right side of the room. Start stepping this right leg and foot back. Stack it on top of the other. You'll be in left side plank. Breathe in. Exhale, return to plank pose. Then take a shortcut to down dog. We'll do the other side. So that's our little practice. Inhale, extend left leg up. Bend, twist open. The next exhale, unwind to step through. Right heel turns to the floor to feel grounded. Extended spine, rise up, inhale. Exhale, opening warrior two. Side angle. So we're taking the body into right side plank from side angle. Breathe in. Exhale, bring right hand down to the ground. Rise up onto tiptoes behind you. Keep spinning that foot. Step this left foot back. Stack it on top of the other. There we are. Breathe in. Exhale, turn. Plank. Bend knees. Hips to sky, down dog. That's our shortcut. Hold for a couple breaths. We need to make our way back up to standing. So breathe in. Exhale, walk, step, or hop both feet up to the top of the mat. Inhale to extend spine. Exhale, fold. Be sure your blocks are right where they need to be in front of the mat, right there, because we'll need them later. Weights in the heels. Bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Come to standing, reach high. Exhale, arms down by your side. Shake it all out. All right, I think we're ready for our sequence. All of our sideways postures. It's going to start with that balancing sequence. Now I'm going to be facing this way, so I'll be kicking my legs out to the side there, okay? Mountain pose. Now you can use your strap for this or do this freely. We're going to hook the peace fingers around the big toe or do the modified version. Here we go. Start shifting weight into right foot. Stand nice and tall. Let's lift the left leg. Catch the shin or reach down, grab big toe. Nice and tall up top, right hand on hip. Feel even taller here. You can stay just like this or start to extend left leg forward. Then take it out to the side. As you take leg out to left, send right hand to right. And that'll open you up. There's your sideways pose. We won't be here long. Release the toe. Bring left foot to the inner right leg for tree pose. Both arms up into the air. Reach high. This is our next segment here. Keep arms extended. Follow me. Swing left knee forward, lifting knee with the flexed foot. We're going to hinge forward, extend left leg back, landing on the toes back there. So you're in a high lunge. Then rise up, straightening both legs. Pivot left heel to the floor, turn sideways. Prep for triangle. Reach out over and rotate here. Triangle pose. Couple breaths. Get these nice openings. Don't forget to send belt buckle forward. All right, bend right knee to kind of sink and slide into side angle. We're going to left side plank here. Breathe in. Exhale, turn. Left hand to the floor. Spin the left foot all the way around, stepping right leg back. Side plank. There it is. Breathe in. Exhale, right hand to the floor. So you're in plank pose. Come down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, extend right leg up behind you. Reach. Right foot up to the top of the mat. Place hands on blocks. Okay, just bring the blocks in. Bend the left knee, little push and launch. Right here. We're going to half moon. So right hand can stay on the block. Flex left foot, lift leg to help open up sideways. Left hand reaching up into the air. Again, I like to keep my focus down. It just helps with balance. Nice opening, sideways pose. Breathe in. Exhale, let's bring this left hand back down to the block, square out the hips. Bend left knee, bring it in towards chin or chest, rounded spine, and set the foot down next to the other. Take your forward fold. Weights in the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Come all the way up, reach high. Exhale, arms down by your side. And there's our segment. Let's do the other side. Start shifting weight into your left foot. Let's pick up the right foot, catch the shin. Then maybe reach down, grab big toe. Nice and tall here, left hand on hip. Remember when you're pushing, or when the hand is on hip, you're pushing down so you can lengthen through the spine. Extend right leg forward, then out to the right side. At the same time, extend left arm to left side. Releasing the toes so you can come to tree pose. Right foot to the inner left leg, arms extend up into the air. Keep arms extended, swing right knee forward, lifting knee with the flexed foot, hinge forward, bending the left knee, the leg you're standing on, so you can easily step right foot back. So you'll be in this high lunge position. Rise tall, straightening both legs. Pivot right heel to the floor, turn sideways, arms down to parallel. Prep for triangle, take your triangle. Reach out, tip it over. This really actually helps us get ready for the half moon pose. Couple more breaths on this side. Bending the left knee, lunging into a side angle. Right side plank is next. Breathe in. Exhale, right hand comes down to the floor. Pivot on those toes back there to the other side of the room. Stepping left leg back, stack it on top of the other. Certainly use that modification if you need to. Reaching, opening, belt buckle pushing forward. Breathe in and exhale, turn. Hands to the floor, plank. Come down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Then inhale, extending left leg up into the air. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat. All right, stay in this lunge, bring in your blocks, and then launch. All righty, we got those blocks. Keeping left hand on that left block, flex right foot, lift, kick, open. Sideways, there we are, half moon. Inhale. Exhale, return to the blocks or the floor. Square out the hips, bend right knee, bring it in towards chin or chest. Set the foot down, forward fold. Weights in the heels, bent knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Come up to standing, reach high. Exhale, arms down by your side. We are doing the segment again, picking up the pace, but go at your own pace. Let's make this flow. Send weight into the right foot. Let's lift the left foot. Catch the shin or grab big toe. Nice and tall, right hand on hip. Nice and tall, extend left leg forward, then swing it out to the left side, right hand to right side. Release big toe, foot to the inner leg, tree pose, both arms up into the air. Then swing left knee forward, lifting knee with the flexed foot. Bend the right knee as you hinge forward with the upper body. Extend left leg back, land on your toes, high lunge. Nice and tall, rise up, straighten the legs, opening up sideways, prep for triangle. Reach out, tip it over, rotate the arms. Nice extension, inhale. Exhale, bend the right knee, slide into side angle. Breathe in. Exhale, left side plank. So left hand comes to the floor. Spin it around, step back, side plank. Did you make it? Breathe in. Exhale, plank pose. Come right down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Then inhale, extend right leg straight up. Right foot to the top of the mat for that lunge. Grab the blocks, keep lunging. Or floating into that balancing pose, left leg in the air. Flex left foot, kick it up, opening up sideways, half moon. Nice extension here, reach, inhale. Exhale to close it up, hands down to the floor or block, square out the hips, bend the knee, bring it in towards chest, foot down to the earth, forward fold. Reverse your swan dive. Come all the way up. Reach high. Exhale, arms down by your side. Immediately shifting weight into left foot. Pick up the right foot. Catch the shin. Then big toe. Left hand on hip, nice and tall. Extend right leg forward. Then out to the right side. Left hand to left side. There's your opening, sideways pose. Release the toes, foot to the inner leg. Tree pose, reaching up into the sky. Keep arms extended, swing right knee forward, lifting knee with the flexed foot. Bend the left knee, hinge forward with upper body. Extend right leg back, land on your toes, high lunge. Rise up, straighten both legs. Pivot, opening, prep for triangle. Take your triangle pose, reach out, tip it over. Nice inhale to expand and open. As you exhale, just bend the left knee into a side angle. Breathe in again. Exhale, bringing right hand to the floor, right side plank. That's where we're going. Turning open to the left side of the room. Nicely open, stacked legs. Breathe in. Exhale, plank pose. Come on down, chaturanga. Up dog. And downward facing dog. Almost there. Inhale, extend left leg up. Left foot to the top of the mat. Grab those blocks. Keep launching forward so you can balance on left foot. Right leg kicks up into the air. Flex the right foot. Lift, opening up sideways, half moon. Breathe in. And our exhale to return to the earth. Square out the hips, knee to chin or chest. Foot down, forward fold. Monkey pose. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step both feet back, plank pose. Last chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to the ground. We've finished our sideways sequence. Kneel down to take a seat or hop forward. Cross your legs. Take a seat. Go ahead and roll down onto your back. Unless you need to pause here and get a sip of water, that's fine too. And then just come to this nice relaxing place. You did it. Lots of balancing, lots of movement there. Lots of moving parts, right? And once you're down on the ground, maybe some movements here. I like to circle the feet. That might be a good idea. Since all that balancing, maybe circle the ankles like so. Flex the feet, point your toes. Just some movement there. And then choose a hip opener. Choose anyone that you like. I'm just going to take my legs out. Kind of like happy baby pose. But instead of sending my feet up towards the ceiling, they're just pointing to the front of the room here. But I can feel the stretch just by keeping the legs open like this. I kind of like this variation. But you can do happy baby or this. You can do reclining cobbler's pose. I'm going to do that one as well. So you can send the soles of the feet together so they touch, bring the feet down to the ground, and then you can kind of just relax in this opened position. Now, even though it's not a sideways pose, it does have that opening. So having our bodies in all those dynamic sideways postures, it can just maybe give us an awareness of seeing things in a different way. Maybe taking those blinders off, not always looking forward or behind us for that matter, but just turning, looking side to side, being aware of what's all around you. Let's bring the knees together, give your knees a hug, bring them in towards the body, and we'll finish with a twist. You can start by sending the knees over to the left side, right arm to the right side. Check in with your breathing here too. Maybe by this time your body is relaxing, the breaths are slow and long. Continue to feel the settling in your body and of course your mind. Having broadened your mind in this practice today. One more breath. And then bring knees up to center. Even pause there for a moment so the body has a chance to realign, especially your spine. And then knees down to the right side, extending left arm to the left side.
And 2 more breaths. And then making your way back to center. You can do another hug of the knees in towards your body. Then extend your legs straight out in front of you. Arms down by your side. Situate yourself so you are relaxed and at ease. Softening into Shavasana. Feel free to close your eyes just to continue your nice meditative journey inward. Slow, steady breaths. And feel free to stay here as long as you'd like, even as I end the practice. No need to move right away. Just take your time in your meditative practice here. When it is time to move, rather than moving right away, just feel and experience the movement of your breath. Take 5 slow, deep breaths. And as you're taking these deep breaths, just feeling movement return to your body. You might wiggle your toes and your fingers, eventually moving your whole foot, both feet, both hands. And then sometime after your 5th breath, still moving in slow motion, you'll roll onto one side of your body, perhaps to a nurturing pose. It might resemble a fetal position, just holding for a moment here. And then carefully and slowly rising to a seated position. You might sit on something soft and comfortable. Perhaps with your legs crossed, lengthened spine, sitting up as tall as can be. Nice relaxed arms. Just bring the arms down by your side. Your hands can rest in your lap. Take a nice deep breath while you're here. And one more movement together. Inhale, extend both arms up, reaching high. Exhale, bring your palms together and down to your heart. Hold here for a moment in stillness, focusing on your breathing. Having found and broadened your perspective. Being aware of all things around you as well as within you. And as we come to the close of this practice together, we bow, saying, Namaste.